So we know that choosing your first slow travel destination can be a bit overwhelming. So today we're going to go over 8 different countries that you can start slow traveling to immediately. So all these countries have a few things in common, like minimal visa restrictions, also being able to let you maintain or even upgrade your quality of life, meaning it can save you a little bit of money. And also they all check the boxes that we look for when we're looking for a new slow travel destination. Plus we're going to share one European country that Americans get a 1-year visa on arrival, and also it costs about half as much as it does in a US major city. So if you're dreaming about extended travel, but you've been worried about those complicated visas, or even just having to drop your quality of life to do so, you're about to discover that it's a lot easier than you think.
If you're new here, welcome. We're Joel and Michelle, and we've been traveling full-time now for over 6 years. And we put this list of countries together to make it easy for you to start this slow travel lifestyle. So we've been to all of the countries on this list, and of course there's a ton of other countries that are not making this list just because we have not been there yet. So these are from all of our personal experiences. So please leave a comment below and let us know what your first country that you slow traveled to and your experience. It helps out the community a lot.
So first, some criteria that we set up to kind of figure out this list. The first thing, of course, is visas, or basically ease of access to the country. We're going to be looking at, since slow traveling means traveling for longer, usually for us it's like 1 to maybe 6 months, depending on what we can do in each country. We're looking for countries that are hassle-free entry, and also don't have any complicated residency or visa applications that we have to deal with. Another thing that we're looking for is livability. Now, by livability, we're talking about like a balance between maybe cost of living, quality of life, just things that make it really easy to transition from what you're used to, say back in the States or Canada or UK or wherever, into this new place. Because you don't want to go somewhere too exotic, because it could be kind of a big culture shock. So we want something that's kind of easy to get into the lifestyle. With that, we're talking about things like affordability roll in there, safety and stability of a place. Healthcare is another important one too, especially as we get older, and we're definitely not getting any younger. And so for us, that's kind of a non-negotiable. So that's also why we carry like a pretty good travel insurance with us as well. If you're considering this, you can check out links in I think we actually have a QR code, takes us to our resource page. You can see the ones that we've been using as well. Another thing too, of course, is how easy is it to maybe maintain like a fitness level and healthy, whether it means like your diet or whatever lifestyle you've already got going on, as well as community. Community is another important factor for us. We want a place that has maybe a good digital nomad community, or even like a good kind of expat community already. We found that in our travels, that makes such a huge difference when we're traveling places, not only in that specific country, but it's given us a lot of really good tips and ideas, even ideas for other places to travel to too, from all the people that we meet along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so another thing is convenience that we look for in a city or country that we're going to go to. And that just kind of means, how easy is it to live without a car, daily access to, just exploring by foot, also public transportation, walkability. Slow travel usually means that we're using, public transportation. We're exploring a city, by foot, or if there's ride shares. This usually pushes us towards like medium-sized cities, and some smaller cities as well. And then also shopping. How easy is it to get to grocery stores, local markets? Are the grocery stores, kind of similar to what you're used to, shopping in the United States? And then another thing, how many options are there for restaurants and dining out? Is there a good kind of array of different cuisines, that you can try maybe so you don't get bored?
Or even just maintaining whatever your current diet or whatever it is as well. Another thing too, of course, and this is kind of part of the big thing of travel, is experiences and what things that you can do too. So these are another part of the criteria we look at. Basically, if you're going to spend a bunch of time in a place, you don't want to be bored, right? And even beyond just the activities, like beyond the sightseeing stuff and the tourist spots, and that's a matter of, whether it be focusing on hobbies that you might have, stock photography or bird watching or whatever, looking for places that have opportunities for you to do those things, or even just like hiking or planning like a long hike, like, I don't know, like doing the Camino de Santiago or whatever,
Yeah.
So that, again, that's kind of the criteria that we're looking at here for all of these destinations that we're going to share with you.
Yeah, and before we get into the destinations, we do actually have a couple of quick start guides, travel guides for you. If you're interested in those, some of the countries that we're going to list and the cities that we've spent quite a bit of time in. So yeah, make sure you check those out.
So now let's go ahead and start with our first couple countries, and these all are going to be in Europe. One thing to note too, if you're going to be spending time, especially slow traveling in Europe, is you have to be familiar with countries that are in the Schengen area. Basically like 29 countries in Europe that all allow us visa-free travel for up to 90 days out of every 180 days. So you can do it all in one row, or you can kind of bounce in and out. But our first three countries are in the Schengen, so just consider that. First is Portugal, and we really, really love Portugal. I'm sure it's probably on everybody's list. It's just a super easy country to start at. It's very Western, very modernized. It checks all of those boxes, and the weather doesn't suck either, especially in the winter months. It's really nice too.
Yeah, down the Algarve, the weather is amazing. Yeah, we really love Portugal. Next one is Romania, and this one was kind of a surprise to us. We don't really hear a lot of people talk about Romania. And we actually just went for the second time, visited this summer, and we still love it. It's got great transportation. We feel like the language is fairly easy to learn, and a lot of people speak English there. Yeah. The food's fantastic. There's tons of outdoor stuff. So yeah, it just checks all of our boxes.
Yeah, and kind of along that same lines, the Czech Republic was another one that we spent some time in that honestly, we were really surprised at just how easy it was. I mean, we'd been there for our honeymoon, like all those years ago, and loved it. But when we went back and actually got to stay for a little bit, we were actually kind of surprised at how easy it was. Again, a lot of people speak English there. All the transportation and stuff is very convenient. The grocery stores, like everything is very, very convenient. And we were really shocked to realize that like there was just so much to do beyond the cities. Like they're outdoor, like hiking and biking and all that kind of stuff. There's a ton of really awesome things you can do there. The country's absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, lots of chateaus to visit and lots of wine to taste in South Moravia if you're interested in that.
Good wine. Now also there's a few non-Schengen countries as well. And for those, if you don't know what that is, it's basically, again, European countries that don't have those same restrictions for the 90 days out of 180. Now, each of the countries do have their own restrictions, but they're independent of that. So you can actually spend your full 3 months in our first country that we're going to talk about, which is Ireland. And again, honestly, Ireland is probably one of the absolute easiest countries that you can travel to. It's just easy. The language is easy. Food is easy, the beer is easy, the whiskey is amazing. What's that?
The language is easy, I hope so. They speak English.
Well, some parts it might be a little harder to understand what they're saying, but yeah. But yeah, so Ireland is one of our favorites too. And of course, like unofficially, we're not really mentioning England, and nothing against England. It's just that we haven't spent any time there. But of course, very similar in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I guess our bonus one that we mentioned earlier is Albania. Mm-hmm. And it might not be really maybe the easiest as far as like transportation and kind of your shopping options, but Albania does let Americans stay for 1 year. And that's a huge bonus for us as Americans on a tourist visa. So it's a great option if you want to be in Europe. You're close to Greece and also across from Italy.
Yeah, and again, it's also a good place to kind of jump back to if you're spending time in, like, for instance, Romania or whatever, and your Schengen time's up. Albania gives you a really great option to kind of chill for a little bit, reset that Schengen time, and continue on. Yeah, again, and it's also an absolutely stunning country. There's just so much untapped like beauty and landscape there. It'll really shock you.
All right, so now we're going to jump over to Southeast Asia, and we actually just finished 9 months exploring Southeast Asia, which was fantastic. We had such a good time there. So our first country there is
Thailand, of course. No surprise here. Honestly, I think Thailand is probably one of the easiest countries to start, especially as a slow traveler. You get 60 days visa on arrival, and which is really, really nice. And you can extend it another 30 for pretty easily. I mean, they've been set up for tourism for many years. So all of the infrastructure is there. Of course, it's extremely affordable, and the food is insanely good. And there's just so much to do in Thailand. It's a big country. You don't realize just how big it is, but there's everything there too. So I highly recommend that. I know a lot of people start in like Chiang Mai, which is a big nomad hub. And again, that's another reason is because there are a lot of other, talking about community, there's a lot of community there where you can meet people that are coming through. And it's great because they can give you a lot of ideas as to like what to do and everything. So you don't, if you're looking for like kind of off the beaten path or just trying to figure out like what to do and what to skip.
Yep. And we'd also suggest Malaysia, which was kind of surprising to us as well. I had never really thought about going to Malaysia, but I'm really glad that we did. And it was super easy for us. A lot of people spoke English, and the food is just as good, I think, as Thailand. And tons of different options. So yeah, definitely suggest Malaysia. And we actually get 90 days there. So, and no visa, I think, required for Americans.
Visa-free travel too for Americans. I think maybe Canadians as well. So another awesome. And now I'll give you one more bonus Asian country. And now this one isn't exactly, I wouldn't recommend going here first. If you're going to go to Asia, I'd say go to Thailand or Malaysia first, and then go here, and that's Vietnam. And again, we spent a good amount of time in Vietnam, and again, it checks almost every box, and it's easy to like extend your time there. If you do want to slow travel and spend a lot of time there, you get a 90-day e-visa you have to apply for, but it's good for 90 days, and it's actually quite easy to also extend that as well. And you can keep extending it for 90 days at a time, which is pretty sweet. So
yeah, I think the only reason why we wouldn't recommend it for first time is just because it is a little chaotic. It just takes a little bit getting used to.
Yeah, and in English might be a little bit more difficult, especially when you get outside of the big, 3 cities. So
yeah. Other than that, though, we loved it.
Yeah. Now, of course, there's a lot of other countries that we didn't even list. And a lot of these also have maybe long-term visas available. And of course, they do come in different forms, like digital nomad visas or even retirement visas as well. And so if you're considering a long stay or even moving to a place, maybe retiring somewhere, highly recommend that you do this first. Go slow travel to the place, spend as much time as you can there, and make sure it's going to be right for you, especially if you're going to spend that, whole bunch of time or devote the time or energy into getting those types of visas.
So let us know, where are you thinking of starting your slow travel journey? Let us know in the comments. And we always love to read the comments. It's super fun. We'll answer questions as well. Make sure you subscribe and also hit that like button.
All right. Happy wondering.
Happy wondering.